Hi, it's Michael here from Custom Bike Fit, and today I'm going to shoot a video about a subject I've been meaning to talk about for some time, and that's cycling shoes. Cycling shoes, triathlon shoes, call them what you will, whatever the purpose is. And I want to take you through some of the things I believe you should look for before you go out and buy a shoe, and some of the gotchas, some of the issues that I see with a lot of shoes out on the market, and people that present to me that have issues with their lower limbs. And why. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple of sets of shoes here. I've taken some other clips of other shoes that belong to clients that I've worked with, and I'm going to bring those into the video as well. And we'll need to do some close-ups. But this is a road shoe. This is a specialised S-Works shoe. Beautiful looking shoe, nice and light, and has one of the features that I'm looking for, which is a carbon base. It's about a $300 shoe. I'll give you a close-up of this, but underneath the sole of the shoe here we have individual plates which can move back and forth, and the problem with this is that with people clipping in and out of their shoe constantly, and I see more of this in build-up areas where people have got to clip out at traffic lights, they've got to clip out at roundabouts, they've got to clip out at junctions. When you have this sort of arrangement, what happens is eventually the cleat will start to move around, and people aren't aware of this. So the cleat moves, and then it puts the leg into an awkward position, and people sort of get these lower limb problems. So we'll do a bit of a close-up of this, and I'll show you some other examples as well. This is another shoe, another specialised shoe. It's called their Trivent, their S-Works Trivent. This is my triathlon shoe. And what you'll notice here, again I'll do a close-up, is the eyelets are set directly into the carbon, which means they've got nowhere to move. And this is the ideal shoe, in my opinion. So whether that's a road shoe or a triathlon shoe, when we plug this cleat in, when we tighten this cleat into the shoe, it's going nowhere. It's got nowhere to move. Obviously, if the screws loosen, then of course it can move around, but that's highly unlikely. It's more likely that the plate will move behind the sole of the shoe, and in this instance we don't have one. So I'll do some close-ups on those, and I'll bring in these other shoes as well, and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So you'll see here, this is the road shoe that I was talking about, and you can see these plates that are sitting here. You can see the movement in this, and you know, this is problematic. These are my shoes, and when I actually bought these, the right shoe was positioned so that these eyelets, if you like, were down here, and the left shoe was the opposite. So I had to take the sole or the insole out of the shoe and then flip these around, and of course these are all going to move. And it becomes an issue also when you start tightening the cleats, because you have to put your hand in the shoe and apply pressure against these so these don't start moving around. I love this shoe, it looks beautiful, right? I love the carbon base, but it's just not practical. Here is that S-Works Trivent shoe, and you'll see again carbon base, but the eyelets are set directly into the carbon, so nothing can move around here. This is secure. I know that the lower limb's not going to be affected by the shoe. The cleat's going to stay in the same position, and we're going to have a happy and pain-free and injury-free rider. So this is what we're looking for: carbon base, eyelets set directly into the carbon. So here's another example of what I would call a problematic sole on a shoe. You can see here that we've got grommets either side of our eyelets, and these things move. You actually have to put your finger inside the shoe and apply some pressure when you're fitting the cleats, and I've seen these eyelets actually degrade over time, and then the cleat starts to move around. So not the ideal base for the shoe.